It's a journey many Australians have made before, to a place that is special to a lot of people. On Tuesday last week, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese was given a leader's welcome as he arrived in Kokoda village to hike a section of the Kokoda Trail with Papua New Guinea's Prime Minister, James Marape.
It's such a humbling experience to walk in the footsteps of giants with the PNG Prime Minister.
The Kokoda Trail is a 96-kilometre walking trail that winds through the Owen Stanley Range in Papua New Guinea, from Oa's Corner to the village of Kokoda in the north. It was first used by European gold miners in the 1890s, but it was in 1942 that the Kokoda Trail became a big part of Australia's military history. At the time, the Second World War had been raging for 2 years. Japan, which was fighting with the Axis powers, had invaded a number of countries in Southeast Asia and was getting closer to Australia. In February, Japanese forces bombed Darwin and launched an attack to try to capture the capital of Papua, Port Moresby. At the time, Papua and New Guinea were territories of Australia, and defending them was vital to Australia's safety. The trouble was, Australian troops were already fighting overseas, so reserves were sent in instead. They didn't have a lot of training or modern equipment, and many were very young. Some were volunteers and others were conscripted. They arrived by boat in Port Moresby, then headed to Kokoda to head off Japanese soldiers who'd landed in Boona. The journey along the Kokoda Trail is hard work, uphill in dense jungle. The narrow tracks turned into rivers of mud in the humid environment, and the nights were freezing cold. Diseases like malaria spread among the soldiers. The Australians had help from the Papuan people, who scouted locations, carried supplies, and helped the wounded. Reinforcements were sent to help the reservists, and eventually, Japan began to withdraw from the track. On the 2nd of November, Australia recaptured Kokoda. 625 Australians died, alongside 150 Papuans in battles during the Kokoda campaign, while another 4,000 Australians died from disease. In the years after the war, the Kokoda Trail became a pilgrimage for many Australians, who would make the 4 to 12-day journey to honour the soldiers who fought and died here. But this is the first time a sitting Prime Minister has ever hiked a section of the trail. On the first day, Anthony Albanese and James Marape walked 9 kilometres from Kokoda to Hoi village,
Your presence here today,
where they were greeted by locals and camped under the stars. On the Wednesday, they continued the uphill trek with just a minor stumble, before arriving at Ishurava, the site of a long and deadly battle during the Kokoda campaign.
What we have done over the past couple of days is get just a small insight of the courage and resilience.
On Anzac Day, the leaders attended a dawn service together, where they paid respect to the people who died in the Kokoda campaign, and in every battle before and since.
We hold to the solemn promise our country's made to the fallen all those years ago. We will remember them.